not Jake. Anybody know what my real name is?
The snake.
Yeah, you have to figure that one out. I'm not going to tell you. It's Jason. My real name is Jason. There it is. All right. My mushroom journey. My brother would cook mushrooms when I was younger. Middle brother Eric, he cooked cremini mushrooms or little button mushrooms, and they smelled so bad when you saute them in butter, and I hated it. I'd get so mad, and he'd just laugh. And so that was one of my earliest memories of mushrooms, and then finding little fairy rings in the grass or a puff ball and smash it, and the spores go everywhere. Some few memories there, but then from that, I obviously came to ASU. Had 4 years here, ended in a great year where we went to the Rose Bowl, almost became national champs. Got drafted by the Cardinals, played 6 years there, then moved on to the Denver Broncos, where I finished my career after 4 more years. For basically 14 straight years of playing high-level football with no break. Either besides like a few games my rookie year and a few games my freshman year, and then a few games at the tail end of my career when I got put on the bench for something. But I left the game, I retired, and felt like I kept my health, my physical health, my mental health intact. Although as time went, I realized I had a lot of issues with bumps and bruises, injuries I never took care of, things I rushed back from that I didn't give enough time to heal. And mentally, hearing the stories of Junior Seau and some of these guys that were afraid to go on in life because of anger issues and memory, and like this story of now this new term CTE, and that there's this disease that former players have to deal with, and I started to really question, like, God, is this all worth it? Should I have played football? Was this worth it to go play a game? And yes, it's nice to have financial security, be able to take care of people and choose what I get involved in, but I thought, man, I don't want to face this. So my healing journey began when a good friend of mine, Nate Jackson, and a teammate, he had become friends with a guy named Ryan Kingsbury who worked for Charlotte's Web. Who here has heard about Charlotte's Web? Charlotte, not the book, but the Charlotte's Web hemp oil. So Charlotte's Web, the story behind that, Charlotte Fiji, who just a couple years ago passed away, a young girl that had Dravet syndrome, which is severe seizure disorder. Her mother, Paige, had been fighting hard to give her child this medicine because it helped. It helped her not have these seizures and be in a catatonic state for basically 22 hours or be for 2 hours conscious. And she had to deal with this along with Heather Jackson, who had a son who's still alive, Zakai, who had the same disorder. These ladies were fighting for the right to give a plant that was classified with marijuana because somebody in power decided that it had no medicinal benefit. We stepped in as athletes when no one wanted to listen to these mothers. We started taking this oil, and immediately I felt different. That winter I didn't have headaches. I wasn't curling into a ball because of cold and being in pain. I thought, this stuff, there's something here. I knew about marijuana. I grew up with a very eclectic family. I've known about psychedelics. I had taken some psilocybin in the mountains when I was a teenager, and past that, I mean, when I was at ASU, I actually went backpacking and took some psilocybin before that '96 season. Maybe had something to do with it, I don't know. But never a lot, just enough to just go out. And I remember those times so succinctly, so clear in my mind. So I knew about marijuana. I knew about the detriments of it and how it does have a bad side effect if you abuse it, but if you use it for medicine, it can be very beneficial for us as humans. So we came out and shared our story when the bright lights fade about, hey, when the lights go out and now we're thrown off this field and we got to assimilate to life, it's a hard transition. It's not only hard for us, it's hard for veterans, it's hard for first responders, it's hard for high-level CEOs, anybody that deals with a lot of stress. They leave that and they're put back into society, and it's like, whoa. We're also dealing with bodily trauma, and the story that I share with you about this CTE and arthritis, and the bad percentages of players, some players that are bankrupt and file for divorce, and really not a very good path for former athletes. We shared our story, people started to listen. The realm of caring was collecting data from everybody that was trying CBD to build a reference, observational, pretty much like observational research, where if you used hemp and it helped you, let us know. And they built this, and so we brought light to a plant that grows on ditch banks that was illegal, and now it is legal. So me, along with a lot of other people, a lot of other former players, we didn't do this, we just helped people start to listen. No one wanted to listen to Heather and Paige. They were on Capitol Hill fighting for their children's lives. But oh, poor Jake Plummer. Oh, he's dealing with pain. Well, let's give him a shot now. And so our message and our vision and our whole thought behind this was to let's get this to be legal so everybody has access. That was my dip into health and healing through the use of a plant in a lot of ways. I met Del Jolly. Del Jolly is the co-founder of UMBO. So he gave me some tinctures right before the pandemic. And I met Rashad Evans that day, our other co-founder, UFC Hall of Famer. Now you think UFC Hall of Famer, this dude, he's a bad man. There ain't anybody in this room right now that I would say could beat up Rashad Evans. But he does not fight. He's the most loving, peaceful light warrior that I've ever been around. And so that day I met him, I started taking the functional mushrooms. I noticed a benefit. I noticed a deeper healing of inflammation leaving my body. I had less allergies that next year. The ganodermic acid in reishi is a natural antihistamine. So here I am taking another organism and plant, you can't say plant, but an organism because it's fungi, their own queendom, and I'm benefiting from this. And Del and I start to chat about, hey, there's something here. But this again is another misunderstood category. I hand out my mushroom bars to people that I know well, and we'll be at like a Denver Broncos practice or something, and they go, can I eat this? Am I gonna trip out? No, this is not psychedelics. This isn't psilocybin. I'm not gonna hand you an illegal substance at a Denver Broncos practice. Think I'm insane? They put me in jail as an example. So I'm very sacred and I hold in reverence all mushrooms, but especially psilocybin as a very important part of our healing process. Functional mushrooms have just as much of an importance as psilocybin, because that's just one time you use it. What do you do after that? If you're putting the right things in your body, which I believe I put them in my body every day, mushrooms. And they help in a plethora of ways: antioxidative, anti-inflammatory, antiviral, go on and on. They're one of the most powerful adaptogens on the planet. They're immunomodulating, a lot of them, and we've only, as Eric I hope will speak on, scratched the surface on what's out there. And that's why I'm excited to be here. And that's why when I met Curtis and he said there's an ASU Shroom Society, I said, let's see what we can do. Let's get some. Thank you all for being here. Really, it's the kids, the students, and the adults, everybody. You're curious, you're interested, you're listening. Thank you for listening. A lot of people don't listen. They don't want to hear something because it's just too different. You're here to listen and to hear this message from all of us. And like, you're young and able to carry on what has been started by some amazing people and masters and mycologists, and Paul Stamets, one of the leading mycologists in the world. I say this sometimes, people go, whoa, I say, he doesn't know shit about mushrooms. Do you know why I say that? Because he doesn't. There's an entire queendom that he doesn't know anything about. He knows more than most any other human on the planet, but he still doesn't know much, because there's so much to learn. And I only know that much, but I know that I know more than most everybody I walk by in the streets, but I only know just a little bit. So it's very exciting to step into this, to, again, through advocacy, education, to create a product that is a standard setter. Like, we want to have the best product that you can possibly have. Not for my ego, but because if we're going to step into this in a real way, just like Charlotte's Web, they have the best product, I believe, on the entire hemp market. Their standards of operation, the way they extract it, the way they take care of it, the love and the intention they put into it is the same thing we're doing with UMBO. trying to give you a product that has mushrooms in it. When we say it has like it's a mushroom bar, 2,500 milligrams of mushrooms in that bar. So you get a feeling for what these things can do for you. And part of Umbo's creation was not only to have something to obviously to help build and educate and possibly have our children have a job down the road, you know, something they could get into, but was to help fund the nonprofit that Dell started with a group of people, Heather Jackson being one of them, called Unlimited Sciences. If you haven't checked out Unlimited Sciences, check them out. And unlimitedsciences.org. My partner Dell is the reason I'm here too, for sure. Met him at Charlotte's Web. He's a visionary, he sees things. We started UMBO, he helped decriminalize psilocybin, he helped with that movement in Denver. And that's huge for our human rights. Human rights, to be healthy, to choose your medicine, to not be told you can't take this naturally occurring growing organism that grows on cow shit in the wild, on a lot of different things, decomposing things, and it's our own human rights we're getting back. So I'm just a conduit, I'm just a channel for this to work through, again, with the ability that I had to play a child's game, and what I did with that career is putting me to this point where I can now have people like you perk up and listen, and you go share this with a few more people. And it's going to take a while, and that's the beauty of this. I realize that this is not the only thing to heal people. But once you do start listening and you have experienced, whether that's a journey on psilocybin mushrooms or other plant medicines, once you get functional mushrooms in your body and you're balanced out, your systems are operating correctly, you know, lion's mane for neuronal health, growth and repair, turkey tail for gut health, and it's anti-tumoral, anti-cancer, helps with your immune system. Cordyceps is amazing. At a cellular level, it's oxygenating our cells. And we're finding out that it actually helps with brain trauma. If you have cordyceps in your system, you take a blunt force blow to the head, you're going to heal quicker because it's already oxygenated. It immediately starts healing and fighting. So these are all new things that I'm being privy to because I'm in this newfound fun thing to be involved with. Fun guy. And I don't want to be all serious all the time because, you know, there's a lot of healing that needs to be done out there. But when you're looking for a panacea or looking for a cure-all, I'm not saying functional mushrooms are that, but they are definitely a gateway to better health, better optimization of your personal health, and it's something you can do on your own without the advice of a doctor. But you definitely need to consult professionals if you're going to go out and forage, because some of them can kill you. A lot of them can heal you, and some can take you on a psychedelic journey. So it's good to be knowledgeable and with respect to jump into this. Respect for, I believe, one of the original creators on this planet, because we share a lot of commonalities with mushrooms. I think I'm a mushroom. So. Along with functional mushrooms, to be healthy, there's choices you need to make. And I like to tell guys this because I think a lot of people want to fix on one thing. I can do this, and now look, I'm all good. I have been able to facilitate change in my life through the use of plant medicine, functional mushrooms, and then being aware of how they make me feel. I'm also very aware of how I speak, because words can be detrimental to your health. Just speaking about yourself can be detrimental to your mental, physical, and overall health. Right choices, the right thoughts. Thoughts alone have power. We know this. There's monks and people that have studied and meditated and been able to move things with their thoughts. This isn't mumbo jumbo. This is for real. So being in right relations, right relationships, the ones that benefit both parties, because a lot of times some of your health can be just who you're associating with. I don't drink alcohol. I don't say it at all because sometimes I do enjoy a nice fine red wine or a cold beer. Very rarely. Because why? It doesn't make me feel good. I like feeling good. It feels good to feel good. I've played a lot of ball, I beat myself up, get beat up by these guys, big dudes, 300-pounders chasing me around. And I have started to heal my body. I feel it, it feels good. I'll be 49 in about a month and 2 months. But I stopped aging a couple years ago. I just decided. So power of thought, power of words, power of association, power of what you watch. I don't try not to watch TV. Why? Because it does not serve me. It doesn't make me feel good. I still eat a donut now and then, because donuts are yummy, right? I do indulge in the things I like occasionally, but I try to have a higher standard. But this has facilitated that change and that ability to start to heal. So I'm here not to tell you, go buy umbo mushrooms. But if you do, you're going to help us fulfill our vision and our mission, and that's to heal the world, heal the earth, heal people, heal the plants. Everything about what we're doing is driven towards initiating the healing process. If we heal and we feel good, we all thrive, we all rise together. The mushrooms have taught us that. They share nutrients from tree to tree. They know what a marigold's like. They know what a watermelon tastes like. They know everything because they surround this whole globe. So that's my message. That's why I'm here. My journey has led me here. Back to my alma mater to see some friends. Shannon, who I played with, is here. Thanks for coming out. But with Curtis, keep it going on, man. And everybody involved in this is really, really cool. It's inspiring to me to know that people are listening. So thank you for having me here. I think I went for about 7 minutes or so, or 8 minutes, or maybe 9. I'm going to hand the mic to an expert in the field who I have mad respect for, mycologists and people that have been researching this and getting us to this stage right now. I, again, like I said, am just here to help make people think. And if I could do that, and you can go, yeah, okay, I would like to feel good. Because you youngsters, you feel good all the time pretty much. You're not maybe dealing with some little things and dramas and all that, but your bodies feel good. And to have a good, clean body, to feel good in my own skin is liberating. It feels good. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for the time, and thanks for being here. I'm going to pass it to Eric.